Hello and welcome to Ticket to Life. I guess I just realized I started a bit earlier with my music, but guess what? You get some extra time with me. Anyway, welcome to Ticket to Life. This is Henry, and I'm so happy that you have included me into your weekly algorithm. If you have never heard Ticket to Life, I welcome you with open arms. Now, today I'm going to be talking, the title of this podcast is Failure to Launch in Life. Now, there was a movie, and I don't remember when. It was a long time ago. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Some of you are probably very young and probably never even heard of it. But did you ever see the movie Failure to Launch? And it was with Matthew McConaughey and Sarah Jessica Parker. Well, she's hired by his parents, played by Terry Bradshaw, and that he plays his dad, and Kathy Bates is his mom, and they just need for Matthew McConaughey to move out. He's their son, and he's an adult son. It's fun. It's a funny movie. It's a good rom-com. As you may know, that there are many young adults that are not able to, or just, shall I say, unwilling to move out and become adults and leave their mom and dad. Now, if you live at home with your parents, but you are financially dependent upon yourself, you have a job, you've got friends, you date, and most importantly, you have a good relationship with your parents, and you help out with the bills, then I think it's great. Although you and I know that there are some young adults who wind up becoming moochers in their parents' house, and they just stay there and live off of their parents. Of course, the parents allow them to. Now, I'm not saying this is a wrong thing or anything, because my daughter and my son both have lived with us between houses where they were having new homes built, and they did live with us. So actually, it was great. We loved having them. Now, there are many cultures, including my people, Hispanics, Mexican Americans, and Latino cultures, and love keeping their family members together or live very nearby. Like next door, we used to live in a neighborhood where the family owned 3 to 4 houses on the same block, and it was great because they could just walk to their parents' house or brothers and sisters' homes, and I think it's great. I mean, why not? Also, well, you got to really like your family too. That's very important that you like your family. Also, cultures such as Southern Europe, Italy, Greece, China, India, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Africa, the Middle East. Okay, a whole lot of cultures. The list could go on because there was a long list. But anyway, they enjoy having the multi-generational families living together and in large and even small homes. And I think it's great. Now, I do think that is nice as long as you, again, get along, you like each other. Why do they do this? Family loyalty. If you think about it, it's not a bad idea to help each other out and reduce the costs for housing, utilities, groceries, childcare. So think about it. It's not a bad idea. Now, family helping family, that's the way it's supposed to be. Again, you have to like each other. Otherwise, I know I'm all about families and kids growing up, going to school, getting a job, and spreading their wings. But in some places, they just don't do that. It's like, no, when you're through getting your education and getting a job, you can move back in. But anyway, now, unfortunately for some people, they failure to launch in life. What does this mean? Well, unfortunately, not everyone is accepted in life. And they feel like a failure. Why? Because we are all different. We think differently. We have different beliefs. We look different. And some have college degrees, some have diplomas, and some just couldn't stand sitting in a classroom long enough to learn basics. And guess what? That's okay. And some of us have chosen to depend on family and friends or become moochers. So it's time to start our life and have a personal growth at a certain age, in my opinion. But unfortunately, personal growth isn't easy for some. Some think that life is simple. You grow up, you get to have fun, you admire people, and you want that life. But it isn't. Life is not simple. Simple is when we prioritize things in life, that's a simple life. We prioritize things in life, um, relationships, having a job, having a roof over our head, food on the table, and a place to sleep. Now, that's a simple life. It doesn't sound like it, but it is. But for many, that's not enough. And unfortunately for many, it isn't simple because we feel the need to have to keep up with the Joneses or keeping up with the Patels and or any other type of family. And that is no es bueno, not good. It's not good to try to keep up with people because you're you. Why? Why do you want to keep up with people? Perhaps I was like that at one time, but I don't remember ever. I've always been pretty laid back and simple. At least I feel as though I am. Other people may see me differently because we do tend to get, not we, but people in general, tend to get in debt. And that's a failure to try to catch up with money because we're trying to keep up with everyone. The new fads, the new trends. Oh, yes. And don't forget, we need to stay up to date with the most recent iPhone and Android that come out every year. And ching, ching, that's more money out the window. Did you know that you don't even need to upgrade your phone every year? I'm sure people are going, no, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. No, you do not need. And well, how do I know this? Because I don't upgrade my phone every year. Not even every other year. You can upgrade your phone every 2 to 3 years. Because at one point, apps stop working or certain things on the phone will not work anymore. But you don't have to do this yearly. The upgrade cycle depends on, again, your needs and how much you might use your phone for work. Then let's say if you use it for work a lot, talk to your office manager and maybe they'll spring for an extra phone for you, especially if you're using it for work. Now, to me, this is an interesting fact about you do not have to upgrade your phone every year. Did you know that Android dominates the smartphone industry too? A lot of people think it's the iPhone, and this has gone on for years. More people are more likely to have an Android than they are iPhones. Who knew? Well, I did. That's why I'm sharing it with you because a lot of people don't know that. But there, you can have a fun fact at the office today. Oh, unfortunately, some people just feel as though they have failed at life. And that's where failure to launch in life is. I mean, some people just feel like they're failures. And I hate that for them. I hate that for anyone who feels like that. And I want to tell those of you that feel this way that life is not easy for everyone or for many. Some people make it seem as though the world is full of rainbows and unicorns and it rains gumdrops, but it's not. Many people put up these facades that people want to live up to. But that's not really their lives. Now, I'm not saying everyone, but there are many people that do this. And that lifestyle doesn't even exist except for in their minds and them. I mean, with AI, you can do and be anywhere. I could be in Paris right now. I'm not, but you can do so much with AI and people. I mean, now it's easier for people to lie. And if you aren't cautious about this, yes, you could get caught up in it too. If you have been in a relationship and it didn't work, don't blame yourself. It wasn't your fault. You have to accept things because things happen in life. And remember, it takes two to make anything work in a relationship. I hate when people feel as though everything is their fault in a relationship when deep down inside they know it's not. Now, in life, we're all going to have trials. We're all going to have storms. We're going to have worries. We're going to have financial struggles, illnesses, relationships, family and friends, betrayal. These aren't failures. This is just life. When we can find peace or make peace within ourselves, that storm or what you think is a failure And once you find that peace, trust me, it will calm down and you will feel better. Now, in the Bible, there's a story for those of you who read or have heard this story. And there's a bad storm, and the disciples are with Jesus, and the storm's just going crazy. This is not the one where he walks on the water. Anyway, the storm's going crazy, and he's like snoring in the back. He's passed out. He's not concerned because he knows that his Father Almighty is going to take care of it. But then the disciples start to freak out a little bit. And they're like, aren't you scared? Don't you see what's happening? And he gets up and he says, very calmly, peace, be still. And the waters calm down. That's what life is. If you can say, peace, be still, when you're just thinking you're at the end of your rope. Take a deep breath and say, peace, be still. Trust me, just take that deep breath. And saying, peace, be still will help you calm and help you feel better. Because we all failed at something. But that doesn't mean we did it purposely or, did it because we woke up that morning and said, I am going to fail at this day. That's not how it works. So having a family is tough. It's very hard having family. And if you can take that deep breath and go, peace, be still. Close your eyes. It'll change. It'll just help you relax. And yes, some people feel as though they failed their kids by not letting them get away with murder or buying everything they want. Notice I said want and not need. We just have to teach our kids at an early age that no is no. And life goes on, and they will see that. It is easier to not say no to a screaming child and let them have it, but you're not teaching them anything. I think that it's harder for parents to do that nowadays. I think things are just so different from when I was raising my kids. Because we want our kids to fit in, so it's just easier to buy them things that everybody else has. Dare to be different, kids. Now, again, in my opinion, these are all my opinions, no one is a failure in life. We all have a purpose for being here. And yet some of us have self-doubt of who we are, where we're going. But some of us may give up too soon in certain things and give up on life. And we start neglecting people in our relationships, stop caring about our jobs, start caring about ourselves. The two important things are caring about you and your family. When we stop caring about ourselves and our family or our friends even, and we're just ready to give up. No, here's the reminder that you are a blessing to someone. There is someone in your life that loves you so much and needs you in their life. Now, maybe they haven't told you that in a while, but we tend to not let people know how important they are to us because we take it for granted that you should already know how important you are. But we don't. I don't know why we don't let people know. I love you so much. Oh, yeah, you have your special days. Oh, it's brother and sister day. Oh, it's Mother's Day. It's Grandparents' Day. Mom's Day. No, you should let people know that are important Friends Day. Is there a Friends Day? I think there is. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's if there's not, there should be. But it's just so important to let people know, thank you for being kind. Sometimes a person may have criticized you for something or anything and made you feel as though something was your fault or made you feel like a failure. If you have ever been criticized before, it doesn't feel good, especially if someone does it in front of others. I'm sure someone has in my lifetime, and I just didn't keep it in my database because it's just not worth keeping or to remember it. And it's not. But if we don't let go of that, then we will let that eat us up. Oh, I can't believe I was criticized in front of my friends. But here is a tidbit of information. Or did you know, that most people who do criticize others are usually insecure, or they may feel threatened by the wonderful person that you are. Or they just need to feel superior to others because they know that someone out there knows that they are just ordinary Joes and nothing special about their life, just living day to day, just like the rest of the world. So if you work with someone, and there are people, and that's their hobby, that's going to work and just criticize, make people feel bad. I don't know why there are people like that. I have no idea. Just remember, they're just ordinary Joes. I like to say, but, well, I'll just say it. They wipe their beep the same way we do. Nothing's different. I honestly believe that in life, to being good and kind and loving are so important. Those are important things that we all need to do, and that's what we need to teach our kids. All things are not going to go our way, but at least you'll have a story to tell when you did fail or something didn't work out for you and you picked yourself up, you dusted yourself off, and you learned a lesson and kept moving forward in life. If you have God in your life and you still have downfalls, because we all do, it's just the way it is. We're not marionettes. He doesn't control every movement and every thought. That's why we have brains, for us to think for ourselves. But anyway, if you do have downfalls, or when you have these pitfalls or whatever, and you have God in your life, just remember, it's not a Job thing. And more than likely, you'll have God walk with you each and every day and see you through. And if you just remember when something is not happening the way you thought it should happen, take that deep breath and just say, peace, be still. And trust me, it makes you feel better. We are all going to have triumphants, and all of us are going to have pitfalls. And these things just happen. But unfortunately, it's life. And we can choose going the narrow path or the wider path. But I feel that I just love telling you that you're not alone in anything in life, and that God is always around you. Always, always. And remember, I've told you, He's a good therapist. He will listen, and He will not criticize you. Well, at least not out loud. No, I don't think He's going to criticize you. He's going to listen to you. And He's going to hear what you have to say. And there's reasons why it's so important to be able to talk to someone. And God is always there. So I'm sure, I'm moving on to something else now. Some of you have seen the little Jesus that are maybe an inch and a half, maybe an inch tall. Some of them say Jesus loves you. And people are putting them out and about, for people to find. And hopefully people that will find them will just love them. We were leaving some in Galveston. We leave them here. You might find one at the gas station on a pump. And I'm hoping the people that find them will put a smile on their face and feel good knowing, yeah, Jesus loves me. He loves me. He knows my name. I told you that's a big deal with me, that He knows my name. Now, I have my friend from high school. In many past episodes, I may have mentioned her name is Cynthia. Hope she doesn't mind me saying that. But in school, our Spanish teacher gave us the name of Hanky and Panky. So, yes, I'm Hanky. And don't ask why he gave us those names. But anyway, she came over the other day, and we've known each other for 53 years. And she brought me another little thing of a little bag full of Jesus to spread. She said, I saw you're spreading these out, and we are too. And she brought me some little crosses. I'll take some pictures of it because Jesus is everywhere. And it's just fun. And I'm hoping that if you find one of my Jesus here in Texas, that you go, thanks. Because it makes you feel like you are not alone. You are not, no matter what the struggles are in life, you're not alone. And that's so important for me to let everyone know. It's just, when you can build that foundation with God, you won't be sorry. And you will never feel alone. But anyway, on with, I'm starting a new little segment. I don't know if I'll do it weekly, but I just need to let you know I did win my first fantasy football game. I was so excited. I didn't win by a lot, but I did win, and I was excited. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was so excited. It's like, yay. But of course, that can be a sign that I'm not going to win anymore. But one important thing I forgot to tell you before I go on, I'm starting something new. I'm going to try to keep up with it, because I always say I'm going to try this and then I fail. See, I do fail. I do stuff, but I get back up and do something else. But anyway, and I forgot to mention my disclaimer that these are all my opinions, and I'm not a therapist, a doctor, a love guru. I'm Henrie. And if you take any of these thoughts or ideas or opinions, you're taking them at your own risk. That's all I got to say. But anyway, I was excited. My mama's boys fantasy football team won 101. And then I think I was actually playing my son, and he was 89. I don't know. I didn't win like a whole lot, but my daughter did great. But anyway, but I do have a new little segment I'm going to try to do weekly on just stuff. I don't watch the news a whole lot, as if you've regular listener. I'm not a news person. I figure if the bomb comes, I'm going to know about it. But anyway, so the name of it is Shame on Them. And this is what I want to share. This past week. Well, some of you know that I do love football. And I know that the Cowboys lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. But they played well. I was proud of them. The Cowboys, that is. But again, guess what? Life moved on. But shame on the Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter. If you didn't hear, or if you don't even care, I'm going to share this with you. Jalen Carter was upset about something. So he is a Philadelphia Eagle defense tackle. And he got in trouble, not for yelling at someone or hurting someone, for spitting. He was spitting. He spit on the Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott, on the first game of the season. These sports entertainers get paid really well. And some kids look up to them. And you do that? Really? The game had just started 6 seconds, just 6 seconds into the game, and he spits on him. He's going to be fined. I don't know. It's going to be 5 figures, and he's going to be suspended for probably 1 game. Oh, and yes, by the way, he's not 5. He's 24 years old and old enough to know better. So, Jalen Carter, shame on you. Now, let's go to the LA Chargers and Kansas City Chiefs game. Travis Kelce, who everybody knows, yeah. You know, you say Travis Kelce, you're thinking Taylor Swift. But anyway, so he's there. What was his play? Anyway, never mind. I'm so sorry. The LA Charger, Tier Tart, got in trouble for smacking Travis Kelce on the helmet. And he got upset with him, so he goes to hit him and pushes Kelce's head back, but it was ruled unnecessary roughness. He got a 15-yard penalty because he didn't make a fist. Well, you almost knocked me down. I'm sorry, Kelce, but I'm going to swat you. Hello, Tart. Guess what? He's not 4. He's 24 years old. Old enough to know better. So shame on you, Tart. Now, FYI, there are like 8 players already suspended from the games this season, and we are only starting week 2. Hello, come on, boys. Boys, men, I'm not sure what's out on that field. So, as we know, most sport entertainers are role models. So, time to enjoy the game and play nice. Yeah, you're going to get upset, but let's be mature about it because we all know you're capable. Now, one last shame on you is for the cuckoo lady at the Phillies game. I'll make it brief because it's a long story, but there's a dad. He's there with his son. Bader hits a home run. And this cuckoo lady is bending over to try to catch the ball in the front row, the row in front of her, because there's no one sitting there. And the dad that's sitting on that row, and he runs to go get it, because if you've ever been to baseball games, you know how parents and people run to get the balls. Goes to get the ball and grabs it, and cuckoo lady comes over there and starts yelling at him. And she said, "You took my ball." Now, this is an older woman in her 60s giving people, or maybe older, I don't know, giving people my age a bad rep. But anyway, so she starts screaming at the dad. The poor kid wants to cry, and dad was done with it to the hit. So he just gave the cuckoo lady the ball. The Phillies heard about it, so the little boy got a goodie bag with all sorts of fun stuff in it, and he got to meet Harrison Bader, and he got an autographed bat from him. So he got the better deal, and she wasn't young. She was, again, in her 60s. Shame on you, cuckoo lady. If she has kids, not a proud moment for her kids. I can imagine their kids getting a call. "Was that your mom on TV?" Yeah. Well, all good things have to come to an end. And this is the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed my podcast, and I hope you enjoyed Shame on You. Thank you for spending time with me today, and God bless you. And you are important to me and others. And most importantly, remember, you are worthy of anything in life. Until next week, I will be praying for you. This is Henrie. Thanks for listening.